Hello, it's Tracy Dix again here from Wyrd Learning, and today I'm on day 34 of my conversion cards challenge featuring James Wedmore's powerful language patterns that convert. So, as I've mentioned before, for those of you who are marketing students, communications, media, anyone who's into copywriting, the language patterns that will be featured throughout this 54-day challenge will be absolute gold to you. James Wedmore has decades experience of running an online business, and so what he offers is very unique and very powerful. So while offering something of great value to our audience, I also want to see and explore how these language patterns may or may not be converted to academic writing, just as a starting point for talking about how essay writing is different from the language patterns that we might see around us. For those of you who might be a little new to essay writing, this might give you a bit more confidence in terms of how do you structure it, what expressions can and can't you use, what sort of perspectives can you highlight. So today's card says free, free, free. Anyone who has ever shopped at Costco knows that a free sample sells the full course meal. So if you're offering water to marathon runners in Death Valley, what's the best copy you can use to get their attention? Free water. I would argue that you give them any water and they'll be quite happy. Free is a powerful word when used correctly because everyone loves free stuff. It gets attention and gets people to take action. So anytime you're giving anything away, use free to get attention. Formula. Use free on your opt-in pages. Use free to describe your bonuses on your sales page. Examples in action. $107 crossed out. Free online course for digital product creators. Discover how to attract your first 100 leads that actually want to buy your stuff. Okay, so in terms of this free promotion to get people's attention, I would say yes, if you're a copywriter and you do actually have something of value to offer for free, then yes, go for it. However, it probably won't surprise you to know that this doesn't really have a place in academic writing. It does raise some interesting issues though, and this is related to people's behaviors. So if you're into psychology and what motivates people, and you're just interested in thinking about the behaviors of individuals, then I can recommend a book that would be really good on this. So there's a title called Predictably Irrational by Dan Ariely, and he talks about the hidden forces that shape our decisions. And I recall that there's a whole section on the irrational behaviors that people exhibit when something is free. There are other studies, and I can't remember where they are now. It could be in Ariely's book, but also on issues around intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivations. So what drives people to be engrossed in certain activities? So as I said, I can't remember where this features now. It could be in Ariely's book, but you can probably find it elsewhere as well. So there have been research studies conducted which kind of measure individuals and groups sort of engagement in particular activities, depending on whether they've been paid, whether they've been paid nothing or a small amount of money or kind of less than they were before. And so it's really interesting to see when people work for free, what is the difference in their engagement in a project or an activity than if they're paid, or if they're paid less or more than they were before. As I said, I can't remember where I saw this, but I'm pretty certain there might be something about it in the Teaching Little Brains podcast by Sarah Nicoruk, which if you're into neuroscience, early years learning and development and things like that, I highly recommend that you have a listen to her podcast. If you're training to be a teacher, it'd be really valuable. It's a really lovely podcast and a very easy listen. And the other thing I wanted to say as well is that I think this notion of free is something that would really resonate among students, because for Alex and I working at university, on open days during welcome week and inductions and things like that, we can see all the freebies that are on offer, such as Domino's pizza, Costa samples, brownies, pastries, free pencils and things like that, and we know that students go absolutely wild for them. So if there's anything in particular that you would like from Wyrd Learning as a freebie, then do comment and let me know, and I'll see what I can do. I mean, I can't make any promises, but we'll try our best. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me and see you again tomorrow. Bye.